number 26 in a row. They host the last team to beat them in November.
Values relationships and pours into relationships, and so just about everybody on this team has some type of tie to Oregon. He was either recruiting them to Oregon or they went to Oregon, and so to come play for him at another university kind of shows the type of person that he is.
Great skip pass over the top. Hunter misses the three, but the rebound is grabbed not once but twice by Marta Suarez. And the offense will be able to restart for TCU. They wanted to get more paint touches. Silva nearly got one there from Shear.
And I like that Shear looked at Silva first and tried to see if she was open. Of course, you know, TCU has size over Sam Houston, so that's something that they've got to take advantage of.
TCU showed a little three-quarter court press in game number one, backed off of it quickly after picking up a big lead. Now, Sam Houston is a team that did not shoot the ball well in game one. They didn't shoot the ball well last season either, but they get to the free throw line a lot.
And that's something that TCU has to be aware of, is just playing defense without fouling.
Pop Inman in the lane, puts it up late in the shot clock, and Hunter pulls down the rebound. TCU wants to push early on in this one. And again, underneath, Silva with the height advantage, turns to the cup and scores.
And again, just putting the ball exactly where she needed it so that she only had to take one dribble and go up is exactly, you know, the type of guards that TCU has.
Early shot is way off for Whitney Dunn, and a chance to see Olivia Miles, the All-American, out to the corner. Hunter tries it again, and this time Donovan Hunter rings up the triple.
And I like that Donovan Hunter is looking to score. She's mostly a pass-first point guard. Now she's in that two spot with Olivia there at the one. And so, again, just really looking for her shot, and that's somewhere where she's grown since last year.
10 three-point attempts, 3 of them makes in game one. Finished with 17 points, just one shy of her career high on Thursday. Turning the corner, Fantacone, really talented point guard, goes over the top. Another rebound for Suarez, who has it slapped away by Inman.
And that's something that TCU has to be aware of. Sam Houston really gets down on the defensive end, and so they're going to try to poke balls out, especially from Kone, you know, in that backcourt. So they've got to secure the rebound, get their head up, and make sure they make a good outlet pass. Well,
you're exactly right, Jada. If there are two things that Raven Justice teams have been known for in Huntsville, it's getting to the free throw line, and then it's forcing turnovers as well. They forced 36 turnovers in their debut on Monday. A big win. Again, Silva left all alone, collects herself and scores.
Just wide open there for her, you know, in the pick and roll offense of like what TCU wants to do. You just found a 6'7" Silva. And if they're not doing well in the offensive end, they're going to use their defense to convert some offense.
And you saw 6th in the nation just in pure turnovers forced per game. And according to her hoop stats, they were even better than that in turnovers forced by rate. So the amount of turnovers that opponents had versus the number of possessions they had last year. They were 3rd in the country in that respect. An early block inside. Long two doesn't fall for Inman. Rebound is brought out by Kone, though. An active defender and an active rebounder. Another block, this time from behind by Hunter. And here comes TCU with the 9-0 lead.
Just really good timing there by Hunter.
Olivia Miles, 6 assists in her TCU debut. Cross-court feed out to Suarez, just 4 points shy of 1,000 in her career. Throws it away to Fantacone. She led Conference USA in steals last year, but turns it over here. Kone, more than 3 steals per contest a season ago. The transfer from Tyler Junior College. One of the better defensive players you're going to see in mid-major basketball. Silva has some early points inside with a big mismatch. Feeds it out to the right corner. Hunter, great off-post dish. Another bucket for Clara Silva.
And, you know, when we talked to Coach Mark Campbell before the game, he said one of the keys was really establishing the post presence. You know, getting Silva and Basham really, you know, into their offense. And thus far, they've done a really good job.
Turnover, a travel on Inman.
You're open when you attack the basket because that backside has to rotate, and then it leaves a 6'7" like Silva open.
As Shear loses it out of bounds. And for TCU, they're sharing the ball again. Of their first 5 baskets, 4 assists for the Horned Frogs so far. And throwing a shutout on the other end. Bearkats trying to get on the board. Asia Ward strong. Difficult shot from out front. Shear tears away the rebound, immediately looks to attack to Donovan Hunter. Slinking inside, reverse pivot, feeds it out, Olivia Miles. She's called for the travel, took that early step before putting it on the deck.
The ref was just right there kind of looking for it, waiting for it. Olivia Miles has such a quick first step. So with that jab step, they caught her on the left.
She did turn it over 5 times in her TCU debut, and she doesn't normally turn it over that much. Nice job by Kone inside, but twisting the body, misses the shot, and then she's called for the reach-in foul as well.
And so sometimes Kone can kind of get ahead of herself. The pace kind of gets quickly for her. Again, she makes a good move, but I wish she would have gathered herself to see where she was after that spin and go straight up. And then that's just a foul that you can't give away. You know, TCU got the rebound. You just got to get back in that situation versus fouling.
Yeah, Kone getting a look at the speed that this game is going to present. She'll go to the bench. Kaylee Carr, the freshman backup point guard, who has shown some and one.
And when you find your big, you know, time and time again in the game early, this is what you get. Stand to the roller, or if you're going to get in front of Olivia Miles.
Looking for that 3-point play after Deborah Ogayemi picks up the foul, her first. She completes it, does Miles, to make it 14-0. Tough for the freshman point guard, Carr, but she's able to get out of the pressure. How about your second game ever? You're going toe-to-toe with Olivia Miles. Around the screen, picks it up, tries to put it up over Silva, and Miles coming from behind is called for the contact and the foul. Carr to the line.
And like you said, as a freshman going against Olivia Miles, when we talked to Coach Justice, she's really high on her freshmen. You know, just she's soaking it all up, trying to learn, and this is the best experience that you can get against number 17 TCU and one of the best guards in college basketball in Olivia Miles.
Yeah, calling her the sponge, just with the way she absorbs information. She's got star potential and great leadership instincts, and what a great position for her as well to come in under a returning starter in Kone, kind of learn for a year and be ready to take over next season.
Yeah, and as a freshman, you're just trying to, you know, not make any mistakes and just do the best that you can and learn. And so, you know, especially getting some playing time, she's going to have valuable lessons.
After the offensive rebound, a steal or a turnover right back, I should say, on Ward Strong. And the Bearkats having trouble themselves hanging on to the ball, as they've given it away 4 times. So has TCU so far. Olivia Miles looking to drive. Out to Bigby. Extra pass. Out front. Suarez for 3. A little short. And Silva tips the rebound down to Ogayemi.
Again, a really good look. You see TCU sharing the ball and just finding the open.
Thursday over North Carolina A&T by 39. And Sam Houston getting a win at home. Suarez with the steal. Olivia Miles created a huge game with 6 blocks last time out. Miles throws it away. And all the way to the cup for 2 and 1. Asia Ward Strong.
And Asia Ward Strong, she loves to get downhill. So again, just at her strong, attacking the turnover there, just getting their hands on the ball and going down and attacking the paint and drawing the foul.
And created the turnover. Free throw doesn't fall. Suarez has already brought down 5 rebounds in this one. And you see at 6'3", she has the talent to bring the ball up the floor as well.
And she's such a dynamic, versatile player.
Now looking to call her own number. Misses inside, but Basham is there to clean it up easily.
And you're talking about Suarez's rebounds, but again, like you said, Basham is there. You know, it's just such team basketball.
Transfer from Arizona State at 6'7", and she is called for the foul as Ogayemi tried to turn the corner. Basham whistled for her first, and for TCU team foul number 3. Ogayemi might have a little bit of the quickness advantage on the post for TCU. She is just 6 feet tall, but still a very strong 6-footer as well.
Yeah, she is undersized, so she's had to find kind of her strong suits against the bigs and how she could really take advantage of them, and it is her quickness and her strength.
Had a double-double against Southwestern Christian in game 1. Offensive foul called against the Bearkats. They'll give it to Khalees Grant, another player from the Metroplex. She's from Cedar Hill.
Just caught her on that screen. And that's, a point of emphasis this year, just, watching that screening and making sure that it's legal.
Mark Campbell. Not that they give up a lot at home, just 55 points a game by opponents here at Schollmeyer under Mark Campbell. Three-pointer off the mark. Sheffy brings out the rebound. And on the alternating possession, it's going to stay here with Sam Houston after the tie-up. Sheffy is a player, the transfer from San Diego State, that Mark Campbell says we really haven't had here. She can be a really pesky defensive stopper type.
And I think, like you're talking about the defense of TCU, it's been a real emphasis and focus. We talk a lot about their offense and, the three-point shooting, but I think going so far in the NCAA tournament last year, they kind of figured out what they need to work on and kind of what other type of players they need, and defense was one of them, and that's why they have Sheffy here.
Veronica Sheffy, she can also score, was the leading scorer for San Diego State. But here on this TCU squad, she'll be a defensive star. Also in for the first time, Clara Bielefeld, out of Germany, wearing number 16. At 6'4", she doesn't play in the post. She's a guard. A handoff out front is stolen away by Ward Strong, and she takes it quickly to the bucket for two.
Again, getting downhill is her forte. But when you give high ball turnovers like that, it just sets it up for your transition offense.
Yeah, both field goals for Sam Houston have come on the fast break. They've both been by Asia Ward Strong. Miles snaking, fading, firing off the rim, and no. Kone wants to push the pace and look for some early offense. She's got the speed to do it, cups it to the glass and is fouled. Fonta Kone out of Mali going to the line for two.
And when you have somebody who's a head full of steam, down the floor like Kone is, you've got to make sure to not get your body into them and not foul. You've got Kennedy Basham on the backside who's going to come over and help you, and you can rely on that.
So Sheffy whistled for her first. 4 different players for TCU have picked up the 4 fouls. And here's Kone, who had a great career at Tyler Junior College in East Texas. Her freshman season averaged more than 9 assists per game, followed that up with more than 7 a game as a sophomore, and then started basically every game a season ago for Sam Houston in her first year in Huntsville. 1 of 2 trip, but there's a lane violation, and that would not have counted anyway. Inbound for TCU.
And you'll see Sam Houston every time. He's got 3 in the backcourt. Just trying to put pressure on TCU. And sometimes it's not even about really trying to get steals, but taking time off that shot clock.
Yeah, TCU already with 7 turnovers in this one. Basham, good quick move, leading to the glass and kissing it home.
Just able to stay under control and get that 2 for TCU.
Of the 18 points for TCU, 10 have come from their post so far. A little bit strong on that entry pass, post to post. Inman looking for Ogayemi.
And just being able to put it on the floor as a big is, really where the game
between the 2 sides.
And, when we talk to both coaches, this is their second game of the season. They're just really focused on themselves and just trying to figure it out. Again, a new season, it's always kind of difficult in the first couple of games to kind of settle down, get the nerves together, and just play really good basketball like they've been practicing.
And that's a 3 in the lane violation against Basham. TCU showing that half-court trap. Good job to recognize it by Sam Houston. Asia Ward Strong wearing number 5. She has 4 of the 6 points. Instead, it's a scoop, and it's like a partial block by Bigby. And out of bounds to Sam Houston as Inman was popped.
Bigby just using her length there on the out-of-control drive by Sam Houston.
Basham getting in there and blocking the shot. Ogayemi nearly came away with it, but instead it's Shear. Bielefeld, great passer out to the corner, and Sheffy called for the travel. Nyla Inman sits down. Alacia Brown back on for the Bearkats. Raven Justice has a fairly deep team this season. That one somehow sneaks on.
Like you said, I don't know how it got through there. but good job from Sam Houston being able to convert.
Basham moves it. Bigby out to Sheffy. Leans into a three and cinches the strings from the corner.
You said she's a scorer. She's 36 or about 37% from the three last year, and so she's showing us that she can shoot as well.
Nearly a tie-up, thrown away. And TCU will have a chance at the final possession of the first quarter. Mark Campbell is a little bit nervous heading into game number one against North Carolina A&T, but his team performed well enough in the 39-point win. Another good start here tonight. Here's Bielefeld, only 6 to shoot, fouled out front, and it's going to be free throws for the freshman out of Germany.
And like you said, talking about freshmen, you know, she's here playing in America for the first time, and so just getting used to the college game as well as, you know, being here. And so she had a lot of playing experience from overseas, and so she's really earned herself a spot here on the TCU team and getting some minutes early.
Yeah. Germany stand up, represents. Bielefeld with her first collegiate point. She's already the youngest player at 17 to ever play for Germany's senior national team. So it's so interesting, some of these players coming in from overseas, yes, they're freshmen, but they've gone up against, you know, 25, 30-year-olds in their career. 5 points, 2 assists so far, and she's called for the turnover here, the little push-off with the left arm, and a good job by Inman, the senior transfer from Kilgore College, to take the charge.
And so Olivia Miles is known for, you know, really good with her hands, especially coming off of those screens. And so Inman got her feet set, was able to get the call.
Third turnover by Miles. TCU has given it away 10 times, but that's what Sam Houston does to you. They force turnovers, a ton of them. Inman out of the corner, over the top. Silva tracks down the rebound, and TCU leading the rebounding count by 4 tonight. Good anticipation of the pass to the corner by Ward Strong, knocking it into her bench.
And, you know, when you have such new players, you know, and don't have a lot of time playing together, it takes time to learn each other, where they like the ball, what type of passes they're normally going to pass. And so, again, it's just a learning experience, second game of the season. And so TCU is just figuring it out.
There's that pick and roll. Out to the corner, Shear sets the feet and fires it in. The first points in a TCU uniform for Maddie Shear.
And she's been out of the game, hasn't had a game in about a year and a half. She's a 34% three-point shooter the last time she was out, so happy to see her get one to go down.
Another three. This one a little bit hard off the heel by Marta Suarez. TCU is playing confidently.
See Kone going to try to get downhill. She's been able to find her feet in the paint the last couple of times she's had the ball.
Miles playing with 2 fouls here and attacks her. Kone. Into the trees. Silva got a piece of the shot. Ogayemi dumps it off, and it never hit the rim. Shot clock violation against the Bearkats.
And being able to speed Sam Houston up and against that shot clock is another part of the TCU's defense.
And I can see why Marta Suarez is fine with getting on the hip of a guard and just kind of letting her get into the land of the trees there. Silva. And on the backdoor defense, it's knocked away and out by Ward Strong. She had 66 steals last year. She was top 6 in Conference USA in thefts.
And she has such active hands on the defensive end, as does all of the Bearkats.
Olivia Miles trying to set up Kone, takes it inside, and it's called an offensive foul. That is 3 against Olivia Miles. And her aggressiveness not playing in her favor tonight.
Hey, there's 2 hands there by Kone, but Whitney Dunn was there and set.
For a while, too. So watch that. Olivia Miles still on the floor with those 3 fouls. See how long they'll let her play through that. Little stutter stepping by Ward Strong. Picks up the dribble. Dunn. Back out to the corner. Kone for 3, reins it in. Only a 21% shooter from deep last season knocks down her first of the year.
But Kone, you know, is doing better shooting this year. We talked to Coach Justice, and her team in general, you know, had shot it well coming into the season and into the summer, and so it was a point of emphasis.
Nice wraparound. Miles shows and goes, trying to adjust her body. That time she's fouled, headed to the hole. They give it to Fontecone.
And I like the re-attack. Kone trying to draw the foul there. I would have rather her to just hit the wide open player, especially knowing that she has 3 fouls, and you know that's not a drive that you have to take in that situation.
Olivia Miles, her 25th career game of 15, 5, and 5 on Thursday. I hope college basketball fans in general just really appreciate this final season of Olivia Miles we're going to get to see this year.
Yeah, she decided to come to Fort Worth to just really, you know, get more confident in her body and her mindset. We know that she has the ability, but again, the next level is going to be there, and so she just really wanted to take this last year and really, you know, enjoy herself. Speaking
of confidence, Fontecone has nailed back-to-back threes to give her 7 points, make it a 12-point game. Silva backing in the double team, confidently going up, but missing inside.
I believe that's the first miss there by the TCU post players.
You're exactly right. Dunn inside to a flashing.
TCU's really got to lock in and defend.
And Kone kind of got things going by hitting a corner 3 and then coming back and hitting another. She only knocked down 10 threes all of last season, but gaining some confidence and showing that growth that Raven Justice talked about. Coach Justice, a former NAIA All-American at USAO in Chickasha, Oklahoma. Foul from behind as Donovan Hunter brought it up. Asia Ward Strong whistled for it. Second team foul on Sam Houston in the second quarter. Suarez hasn't scored yet in this one. Skips it out to Hunter. Shear demanding it in the corner. Shear going baseline. Jumps it out. Great extra pass. Miles to Hunter. Great defense at every turn, though. And out of the corner, Maddie Shear hits one deep in the corner for TCU.
And she struggled last game. She didn't score, you know, in her first game back to college basketball. Able to knock down 2 threes thus far in this game. And so I think she's getting more comfortable.
In past seasons, Sam Houston doesn't score a lot from outside, and they don't allow much from outside either. They really had that defended pretty well. Shear hit that one with a hand in her face. Late in the shot clock, here's Dunn behind the back against Hunter. Up and under against a really good defender, off the mark. Bounce pass, Hunter. 5-0 burst by TCU. Right down the middle of the floor, nice look off, a no-look feed from Brianna Block inside to Deborah Ogayemi.
And Ogayemi just made herself available. She likes to kind of get up the lane, and that's exactly what she did to get open.
Brianna Block, by the way, great story. In her 5th year at Sam Houston, but she hasn't been on the floor since the 22-23 season because of injury after injury after injury.
We'll see right there, she's just able to get downhill and find a teammate. But like you're talking about, she tore her ACL twice, one on each knee. And, you know, I've personally been through that, so I know what the rehab is like. So really proud of her for sticking with it.
Miles sets up Donovan Hunter, and TCU is shooting it well on a Sunday night.
And that's a point of emphasis for TCU. They're known as a 3-point shooting team, and that's a key for Sam Houston to try to defend the 3-point line. But when you've got elite shooters like Donovan Hunter, it's tough to do.
Donovan Hunter, well, somebody trying to take the place of Madison Connor as this one gets knocked away inside. And nobody's going to be Madison Connor, right, and lead the nation in threes on this particular team. But TCU does feel like they've got some high-quality shooters with this bunch.
You know, and they've proven themselves. They get in the gym day in and day out, have a blue-collar summer, like Coach Campbell talks about, just putting in that work. And so, you know, when you practice a certain way, it shows up in the games.
Hunter knocked it away, but Block gets it back. Curling drive by Inman, forcing it up and fouled inside. It goes against Marta Suarez, second on the TCU forward.
And I mean, we've talked about it time and time again that Sam Houston knows how to get themselves to the free throw line. You know, this is something that's not new to them whatsoever. And so about 25% of their scoring in the last 3 years have come from the free throw line. So you know that's what they're wanting to do. So on TCU's end, they've got to do a better job of defending without fouling.
Yeah, last year, 4th in the nation in percentage of points from the free throw line. Almost 25% of their points came from the charity stripe a season ago. A couple more there by Inman. Substitution in the post. 6'7" Basham for 6'7" Clara Silva. Trap in the backcourt, but Miles able to swing it inside. Basham wide open for 2.
Just being able to set up Basham, you know, to be at her best, just go straight up in the paint.
TCU sharing the ball again and also scoring in the paint a bunch. Shear comes out with the rebound. She's good at pushing the pace. The transfer from Kentucky. Miles, great feed. Shear a little bit out of position. Tries to get it back to Basham, but Ogayemi had cut off the passing lane. See if Sam Houston can make a run before the half. Ogayemi, undaunted, uses her body to back Kennedy Basham underneath the goal.
He talked about it. Ogayemi is strong. She's using her size and her strength. I'm sorry, she's using her strength against size there in the post. You'll see just finding her way in, pushing Basham under the basket. Therefore, she couldn't block the shot.
Out of Waterford, Ireland. And what a competitor, right? Second team All-Conference USA a season ago. Had 7 double-doubles, even as an undersized post, and a great defender. Nobody stops the ball, and when the ball is Olivia Miles, that's a problem.
You didn't know what to do. You didn't know what to guard or what she was going to do. It's a beautiful finish there by Olivia Miles.
Miles up to 8 points, plus 5 assists in her second game as the new point guard for TCU. And I love that Chelsea Gray is her favorite point guard. I think she's got a lot of Chelsea Gray in her.
For sure, you know, her passing ability, the high IQ, that's what she talked about, you know, being a true point guard and having a high IQ is just different these days, and so that's what she likes about Chelsea Gray.
Won't get the main assist here, but the hockey assist as Donovan Hunter is in double figures with her 3rd 3 of the first half.
And I think they've all kind of been in that same general area that she's knocked them down today. Again, the work that she put in the summer is really showing.
3-ball corner pocket for Donovan Hunter. TCU knocking down their last 6 shots. Meanwhile, Sam Houston, 6 of their last 8. It's going to be a foul on Basham. Number 2 on Basham.
Said the tripping foul there with the knee.
And Ogayemi, as a senior, as an experienced player, really, I think, doing a pretty nice job handling Basham on this end over the last couple trips up the floor.
Yeah, she's, you know, not letting her size, the size of Basham, really deter her from what she's trying to do.
After the 3-pointer rolls out, TCU up by 4 in the rebounding count. Here's Hunter whipping it out. Bigby this time from the right side. Little strong. Bielefeld clears the carom. Miles turns the corner. Miles with the left hand.
Just able to really control her body on the left-hand side to not get another foul. Again, she has beautiful body control, especially when she's attacking the basket.
We've got a stoppage here. Angelica Seffron has something to talk about. It looks like it is the shot clock that did not set to 30. It only set to 20. Miles struggled just a little bit with some cramping in game number 1, trying to work her way into full game shape, and certain that she'll be there in short order. Talent is undeniable for Olivia Miles. Shot clock is corrected. It's a 19-point lead for TCU. This is their largest. See if the Bearkats can cut into it a little bit before the end of the half. It's Kaylee Carr, the freshman from Oxford, Mississippi, dancing down to the elbow. Handoff, Ward Strong feeds it out top, mid-range jumper, and Ogayemi couldn't get it to go, but the board grabbed by Sam Houston, and they'll go right back after it. Ogayemi underside against Basham. This time she blocks her shot.
Again, just getting those hands straight up under the basket.
Offensive foul, and it's going to be on Ogayemi, who tried to set the screen.
That was the second offensive foul that Sam Houston has gotten on those screens, and so they've just got to get set, and their teammate has to wait before they come off of it.
Turnover number 12 on Sam Houston. TCU also with 12 giveaways. Both teams have kind of settled in here in the second quarter, though not nearly as many giveaways. Good find by Hunter to Bielefeld. Looking to go to Basham inside, instead takes it herself. Blocked, wraps it around. Bigby for three, in and out. Great look, though.
Ward Strong got up and grabbed that rebound. Such the athleticism showing.
Pull up from the freshman Carr. Can't get it to go, and Basham running the floor is back for the rebound. Late first half action and reach in called against Sam Houston. That puts Bigby, or rather Donovan Hunter, at the line.
And again, confidence is something that, you know, Donovan Hunter had really worked on and has grown in. She talked about going to the Nike Basketball Academy over the summer and being able to really be around such high quality players and learn from them and be able to bring that back to TCU. And I'm seeing it in her play thus far in the first two games of how confident she has been in her scoring ability as well as her leadership being a returner.
And she's always been a high IQ player. She's a coach's kid. And obviously a great player as well. Very worthy of being at this level, but it's like her skills are growing now to catch up with her IQ and her confidence.
And one thing that Coach Campbell said earlier that maybe I know but didn't realize is that, you know, she's a junior, and so her first two seasons, she was on Elite 8 teams at Oregon State and then last season. And so she's kind of had a point guard pass first mentality, but now she's looking to score.
Just a few seconds night. And an offensive foul starts things out for Sam Houston in the second half. A moving screen. And they give it to Alacia Brown here. That is her second foul of the game. And immediately the Bearkats make a substitution, bringing Nyla Inman off the bench.
You know, at that point, it's been called. You have to know that that's what they're looking for and adjust, and Sam Houston hasn't done that adjustment thus far.
Seems like we see it every season, emphasis by the officials in different ways. Saw a lot of carrying calls in the first week of the season as well. Donovan Hunter sets her feet, lines one up, it comes up just a little bit short. She knocked down 3 threes in the first half.
And it's a good look, though, you know, wide open, got her feet set. She's got to get used to the basket on this side. She's knocked 3 down on the other end of the floor, so.
Sam Houston, a team under Raven Justice that doesn't normally give up a lot of open threes. That take to the bucket. Ward Strong comes up short. Here comes Olivia Miles. Doesn't look like a bum wheel. Suarez out to Hunter. Defense crashes in. Good recovery by Kone. But open underneath. Suarez with a power dribble and has her first 2 points of the night.
Able to just use her size in the post because she's such a dynamic forward. She can shoot the three, handle the ball, but also post up like we just saw.
Fonta Kone had 2 threes in the first half. Comes up short on this one. 6th rebound of the night by Suarez, who brings it up herself. And trying to hit Shear as it knocked out of bounds.
And that ability to bring the ball up the floor really puts pressure on the defense because, you know, your 4 players usually running back, getting into the paint, ready to defend. But when you've got Marta Suarez with the ball, they're going to have to play defense full court.
Agnes Amanopu was basically the forward last year for TCU. Can you compare and contrast the 2 players? Both really good players in their own right.
Yeah, they are really good players. I think, you know, Marta has more skilled there in the post. You know, she really is able to play back to the basket as well as kind of pull up. And, of course, Agnes Amanopu, great spot-up shooter, good defender,
Olivia Miles has a dozen points to lead all scorers, and TCU marches out to their largest lead, doubling up Sam Houston tonight, 48-24.
Just coming out of halftime looking really good, clicking on all cylinders on that offensive end.
Shear sends it away. Loose ball falls to Ogayemi. Wide open three by Inman. Can't hit it. And the rebound knocked out front. Hunter has a 2-on-1. Suarez not able to handle. Tries to feed it to the cutting. Silva knocked away from her. Quick hands by Ogayemi.
You know, and sometimes TCU could try to hit the home run play versus the easy play. She had Shear coming down on that wing position for a kick out. But again, just trying to learn each other and find high percentage shots.
TCU outscoring Sam Houston tonight in transition 11-7, and Whitney Dunn going after Olivia Miles, who's playing with 3 fouls, and Dunn, the senior from Chicago, has her first 2.
And that's good, you know, that's senior leadership, knowing that Olivia has 3 fouls and I can attack her because she has to play straight up defense. You know, that's just high basketball IQ.
Suarez, a tough handle for Inman. Inman picks up the foul. That's her first. Raven Justice never afraid to use her bench. Very quick on the trigger. Suarez, handoff to Miles. Offense going through the All-American point guard. Fades and fires Olivia Miles. No good. Silva able to come up with a rebound. Hits Shear. Her 3 doesn't fall. And the rebound knocked out top to Kone. She has great speed. Kone crossing over to the middle. Leaves it back. Ogayemi spotting up. Doesn't roll down. But an offensive rebound by Alicia Brown. And she lays it home.
When we talked to Coach Mark Campbell, he said that, you know, another point of emphasis after watching the film was TCU needing to box out. They didn't on that possession, and they allowed Sam Houston to score because they didn't box out. And so just simple fundamental things that you have to continue to do every single possession.
Little miscommunication defensively, and Shear easily able to hit Silva. Silva had 13 in her debut against North Carolina A&T, and she has 8 tonight. You see the 16 assists as TCU continues to share it well. Three-pointer from out front. Brianna Block hits the triple. Raven Justice says we're better at shooting the 3 this year, and her team proving it.
Yeah, Brianna Block able to get her some points on the board, especially from the 3.
Shear left wide open. Off the mark, Silva, Suarez, 1,000 points in the career of Martha Suarez.
17-7 connection from the post to post. Again, Martha Suarez, like you said, 1,000 points. And able to do that in the 2nd game of the season at TCU is a great honor.
Suarez also playing minutes of experience between the players on this roster. Great pick and roll. Silva, the deep catch, and goes to the line. Ogayemi. Rankings, they're just that. Don't mean much this time of year, but just gives you an idea of what people think of these teams. And I think Donovan Hunter is pretty good. That's 15 points for Donna.
I think so as well. 4 from 6 from behind the 3-point line. Her face after she knocked that one down was a little bit surprised. I mean, she was wide open, so she took the shot. I don't know if she was expecting to make it, but it's a really good shot there by Donovan Hunter. Just wide open right in front of your bench, being celebrated as she's checked out.
Caps an 8-0 run. Took just a minute for TCU to accomplish that. And Hunter just 3 points shy of her career high. She has been very efficient, very hot to start this season. In for the first time, Talia Parker. Local kid, flashing to the hole, the Texas A&M transfer, finishing with the left hand.
And that's what we're going to see from her. She likes to get downhill. She's a driver and just really setting herself up to get a wide open layup.
Thursday, she looked a little uncomfortable as the 3 is a little bit strong. But here playing under a lot more control, Parker, and able to knock down her first shot in a Horned Frog uniform. And that's going to be a carry Kone got the hand underneath the ball, trying to turn the corner. Talia Parker, the number 60 player in the class of 2024 by ESPN, the number 6 player in Texas, just a high athletic upside.
You know, yeah, she went down from Texas A&M, which, if you know them, they're known to have really elite athletes.
My goodness, Parker, the deceleration just off the mark, and the rebound knocked out last touched by TCU. She's getting up the floor in a hurry, Can Parker.
And like you said, I think just trying to get comfortable, you know, getting some playing time, a couple minutes here and there here at TCU, and so just trying to take advantage of them.
Jada Curtis, I'm John Little. Horned Frogs in the midst of a 10-0 run. And as Fanta Kone tries to go up against Parker, Parker whistled for her first. And for TCU, foul number 1 of the third quarter.
And they've done a much better job this quarter of playing defense without fouling. You know, that was kind of something that they were fouling and putting Sam Houston to the free throw line there in the first half, but they really cleaned that up.
Sam Houston shooting 7 free throws in the first half. TCU gave up 23 free throw attempts in game 1. North Carolina A&T would have been able to keep it closer if they hadn't shot just 12 of 23 from the line. Leaner goes for Asia Ward-Strong and ends a scoring drought of more than 2 minutes and 45 seconds for the Bearkats.
Yeah, really needing to get some points on the board, and so was able to depend on the graduate in Ward-Strong.
Suarez. Catch and picked up 30 feet away from the basket. Suarez trying to get to the cup. And some great help side defense. Kone attacking the shot and blocking it out.
And I thought it looked like a wide open lane there for Suarez. We'll take a look at it and see what she saw. Last minute, Kone able to come over and get her hands on the ball.
Kone not known for her blocking skills. Only 4 to shoot here. And away from the ball, got a foul. And it will go again on Sam Houston's Deborah Ogayemi, who picks up her 4th here late in the third quarter.
Yeah, just a lot of contact there as Basham was trying to go set the screen.
Ogayemi checks out with the team leading 8 rebounds plus 6 points. Miles, late contact and a call. Kone does not agree. Olivia Miles gets the respect of a call there. What do you think?
I think I mean, if there was contact, it was very minimal, marginal. I don't see that going to the free throw line.
I don't know. At what point do you start getting calls? You know, at what point, you know, kind of NBA style or WNBA style, like some players would be accused of getting calls. You know, do you get that kind of respect sometimes in the college game?
You know, I don't think so. I think they, you know, try to call it as straight up as they can. You know, sometimes what they're focusing on changes from quarter to quarter, it seems as though, but I don't think player to player it changes.
Olivia Miles into Parker. Miles gets it back. Nearly a double dribble, but didn't put it down on the ground. Basham tries to lay it in, just off the mark. TCU was a good running team over the last few years, and Haley Van Lith helped with that. Jaden Owens the year before that when she was healthy, but I think Miles takes it to a new level for TCU this season. Yeah,
Mark Campbell's known, you know, to really produce point guards. He's coached Conference Player of the Year in his 3 or 4 seasons as a head coach, and they've all been point guards, and so I think he's got that figured out. Parker in and out, yeah, no doubt. And for the Horned Frogs, that's been 3 straight seasons they've been able to bring in kind of a graduate transfer point guard. And boy, did it work out last year with Haley Van Lith having the best season of her career and becoming a first-round draft pick in the WNBA. Of course, Olivia Miles doesn't have much to prove coming into this season, but anytime you get a player that good, she's going to push herself and want to have her best collegiate season for her swan song.
Player that has 6 triple-doubles in her career. She'd love to add to that mark. Behind the screen, Ward Strong knocks down the 18-footer.
And Ward Strong, she's doing a really good job of hitting those 15-footers. It's 8 points today and showing up when Sam Houston needs it.
Second leading scorer tonight for Sam Houston behind point guard Fontecone. TCU still out shooting Sam Houston tonight, 56% to 32%. Talia Parker getting some time at the point guard spot, just losing her footing. Don't mind if I do, says Inman. Kone moves it. Brown back to Kone again. Thinking about the 3 against Bigby, who goes under the screen. Long 2. No good, and Bigby grabs the board. Miles, no look whip. Out to the German sharpshooter, Bielefeld. Can't hit the shot. It'll stay right here.
And I don't know if you guys saw it, but Olivia Miles was trying to direct traffic as she had the ball in her hand. She was wanting Bigby to cut to the basket because on this left-hand side would have been wide open. Bigby's kind of stopped at that 3-point line, but again, she's just able to really direct traffic there at that point guard position.
How long does it take for a team to get used to, playing with the point guard, especially one with the creative ability that sees the court like Olivia Miles does?
I think it takes a little bit of time. She was out for, some of the summer, and so they're just now kind of getting into the groove of things with her on the floor. And so being able to cut when she's, know what she's looking for. She's always looking for slashers, but you have to do that in order for her to get you the ball. And I think it just takes a little bit of time, and TCU's starting to figure it out.
Nice rebound, Bigby creates a breakout for herself with that aggressive move after the rebound, and TCU back up by 29.
First points there for Taylor Bigby. She had a really good game last game, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist.
Final shot time for Sam Houston. Kone in double figures with 11.
And just TCU culture in general is to find your teammate and share the ball.
And can TCU even get better at it as the season goes on? This is just game number 2. Attacked the basket by Ward Strong, but the rebound brought out by the Horned Frogs. Miles head up all the way, dancing inside, right-handed finish. Doesn't fall, but the rebound, there's a foul on Kennedy Basham.
Called her for holding on that as she attempted to get the offensive rebound. And those are fouls that you're not really mad at. She's trying to get another possession for her team and just using her physicality a little too much there. One of 3 Horned Frogs with 3 fouls apiece. Meanwhile, for Sam Houston, she's not on the floor at the moment, but Okeyemi has 4 fouls and only 1 with so many for Sam Houston. Outside the arc, 3-pointer by Inman clangs off. Shear, double teamed in the backcourt. Is able to fight through it and creates numbers the other way. Shear, no look feed to Basham. And I love the fundamentals from start to finish on that. She did a great box out, was able to get the ball through contact, bring it up the floor. No look pass to her big.
Shear, after maybe a frustrating night, her first time out on Thursday, she has really shown up for the Horned Frogs tonight.
And I talked to her before the game today. I asked her how she was feeling. She said really good, just trying to get back into the groove of things. And I think it took that first game of her just really being out on the floor against another opponent to just kind of get back to herself.
Her senior year at Kentucky averaged 12.5 points, almost 5 rebounds, 3.5 assists per game. Really do-it-all type of player. I think that's what you're going to see over the course of the year. Miles hanging. And blocking foul is called. Still sliding back when she took contact was Inman. A couple foul shots coming up for the Notre Dame transfer.
And she has such a quick first step, and able to really turn that corner and be effective.
Oh, 6-7. Olivia Miles, 1 of 2. Offensive rebound. Grabbed by TCU. Shear in the two-man game. Bielefeld underneath and stolen away by Sam Houston. Bearcats will get after you defensively. That's turnover number 17 for TCU tonight. Kone turns the corner. Brown gives it up. Inman leaves it short.
Another part of Olivia Miles' game that we don't talk about a lot is her rebounding ability. She does crash the board and crashes it hard.
Beautiful feed out to Hunter. Just could not hit the shot. But I love that hook pass. Eyes in the side of her head for Olivia Miles. Some banging down low. Basham comes out with a rebound after the Inman miss.
Maddie Shear took some contact there, but was able to stay straight up and contest without fouling.
TCU a plus 12 on the boards against Sam Houston tonight. Another great look out to Hunter, swings baseline, high banker goes home. Donovan Hunter, 17 points in back-to-back games to start the season.
Again, we were saying her name a lot, but she's just really making things happen. I like the connection that her and Olivia Miles have thus far.
Now she's on the defense against a very difficult player to stay with in Kone, and Hunter runs the break. Miles sees Shear with a no-look feed. Highlight reel stuff from Olivia Miles.
Continuing to see the assist and the sharing of the ball, all led by Olivia Miles.
Miles, her 7th assist. She had 6 on Thursday. Active leader in women's college basketball in assists at the D1 level.
Coach Mark Campbell is calling out a play. He's trying to look for some execution from his team.
Shear going baseline, finds Miles. Deep right wing three. Fill it up for Olivia Miles. Those are three-point goggles.
She was a couple steps off the three-point line, but got her feet set, was wide open. Nobody was contesting and able to do what she does best.
8-3 of the game for TCU. Feet on the line for 2. Off the mark by Whitney Dunn. Sam Houston starting to settle for shots. Oh my, Olivia Miles just toying with them. She wants more. Donovan Hunter for a career high. Yes, ma'am! Yeah, we see you.
Those are the assist goggles right there. Donovan Hunter able to knock down another for a season-high 20-point line. Very, very efficient.
Career high, not only in points, but also in three-pointers made. TCU has started the fourth quarter on a 13-0 run. A fine wine, getting better with age tonight. First points of the fourth quarter by Alacia Brown.
Good job of Brown able to come out and convert for Sam Houston, but 5 assists for TCU this quarter alone in the first 5 minutes. And so, again, we've talked about it time and time again that they've had 23 assists on their 30 made field goals thus far.
Suarez, the curling drive. Twist back inside. Great body control by the 6'3" Marta Suarez.
Just using her size to be able to get up over the defender.
Horned Frogs have really settled into this matchup. Remember, a lot of new pieces on this team this season. Looking better and better with every moment they play together. Fontecone, great retreat dribble, and then the re-penetration all the way to the rack. I think a big senior season is coming up for Fontecone.
It really is, and she's helped out by her teammate Ogayame because she got up the line, which made Silva come up the line and really opened up that lane.
Olivia Miles, able to lay it home. I don't even think she really wanted to shoot that ball, but hey, if I'm that open, that's what I'm going to do. 22 for Olivia Miles. Miles hunting her first double-double in a TCU uniform. She's got 22 plus the 8 assists. Contesting this shot. And a nice job by Miles over the last few quarters, able to play without picking up a 4th foul or more.
Yeah, she had 3 fouls in that first quarter, I believe, and she's played 33 minutes. So she's been able to really just kind of take that aggressiveness off and adjust to how the refs were calling the game and being able to stay out on the floor and make an impact.
Oh boy, she made an impact. A huge one tonight. TCU has made their last 6 field goals. Hunter, good job by Kone to get in the passing lane. Kone cut off by Miles. Back defensively. Hounded. Finally inside and wrapping it around is Ogayemi. She's fouled by Silva, and Deborah Ogayemi hits the line.
And she's done a really good job of just trying to really push Silva under the basket and make it difficult for her to block the ball without fouling, and so is able to draw the foul, get herself to the free throw line.
Deborah Ogayemi spent a couple of years at UTRGV for her first season in Huntsville a year ago. Really quality season, 12 points, 7.5 rebounds a game. Certainly the type of player that could average a double-double for Coach Justice. 7 points and 8 rebounds tonight. Three minutes to play in Fort Worth. No look feed out top. Sheffy hasn't been out there in a while. And that's her second travel call of the game.
And I think that she just has to kind of let the game come to her. She's trying to hit that jab step, and that's where they're getting her on the travel. So I think if she just goes ahead and attacks until she's cut off, that'll be better, because she's gotten 2 turnovers with the traveling call.
Silva grabs the miss. Olivia Miles looking for more assists. They're out there. Here's Bigby from the wing. Ring it up.
And she's always just looking for somebody to run with her, and that's exactly what Taylor Bigby did. Got her feet set and got 3 on the board.
Olivia Miles, 22 and 9. Silva, the shot blocker. And a good job by Ward Strong to stay composed and knock down the baseline J. She's in double figures.
Yeah, she's finding her home at that 15, 17-foot range, especially off the dribble.
Lots of local kids for Sam Houston. They've got more local kids on their roster than TCU has. Getting some new blood in there, including Olivia Miles, leaving after her 9-assist performance and 22 points. Natalie Mazarek is out there for the first time. 2-player game with Sheffy off the pull-up from 10. It's money.
And that's what she does really well. She's known as a defensive player, is able to hit that 3, but that 15-foot range is where she really shines.
Sheffy coming off of an all-conference season a year ago for San Diego State. Another power dribble, quick spin, just off the mark by Ogayemi, but you see her ability to play offensively. Great long pass up the floor. Wonderful feed by Silva, and Parker's on the other end.
Parker likes pace, so she got out quick on that offensive end. Good job by Marcia Suarez to get her head up and find her teammate. See right there, as soon as she gets the ball, her eyes go up, and Parker's already down the floor. A little reverse layup. And she's had some quality minutes today.
And 25 assists tonight for the Horned Frogs. Sets the new standard this season after 24 on the opening night. Kone gives it up. Baseline J, fill it up for Khalees Grant. Another key kid from the area. You hear her cheering section in the background.
And has such a quick trigger with her shot. Was able to knock that one down in front of her family.
Sheffy able to save it here late in the contest. Suarez willing to give it up. Parker has had her best game as a Horned Frog. 5 to shoot. Parker finds the range, comes up short. Offensive rebound. Mazarek couldn't stick it back in, but TCU gets another shot. Chance to go into the bench and get Leah Salinas in. The 6'4" sophomore center, tallest player on the roster for the Bearkats, is on for the first time. Suarez called for the travel with 32 seconds left.
19th turnover for TCU, and again, that's going to be a point of emphasis. They had 16 last game, and so again, just ball security is something that's going to be talked about, especially if they're going to play NC State soon, who's really active on the defensive end as well.
That one coming up a week from today. NC State losers by 1 today to USC. 2-second difference, game clock to shot clock as this one winds down in Fort Worth. Wild shot, no. And that one off the mark, kept alive. Again, a touch and off the mark again. That one will